Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us on Midday Kentucky. The guy to my left may look just a little bit familiar because what's your title? The most accurate
meteorologist or weather forecast in Central Kentucky.
That's him.
Yeah.
Chief Meteorologist Jason Myers.
Yeah, if you're a faithful midday viewer though, you probably haven't seen me here.
No, they did.
So.
They did
well, yeah,
because last
week
week we saw his moves for all
That's
you
right.
faithful people.
That's right. It was a little, it was fun. It was a little crazy. The crowd was huge. I was a little nervous.
You were way nervous. I have to tell you, like we showed up to Dancing with the Lexington Stars. Jason and his beautiful wife Jillian competed.
I'm used to doing the weather and talking in front of crowds, but dancing in front of hundreds of people, that's a little different.
He was in game mode. Like I showed up and I was like, hey, like normal.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm concentrating. I'm like, are you ready? He's like, yeah, I need to focus. And I was like, did you have a drink? He's like, there's champagne up there, but I'm not until after.
Yeah, I felt like I was having to be in game mode, like it was this big competition or as a big theatrical production. It's all this practice and it's this one day. So there's a little bit of pressure, but my wife did great. It's funny, we're opposites in a sense. I was like talking and moving around. I had to kind of, just keep moving,
the dance?
and I just kind of but she was just kind of quiet and focused.
So she turned the focus on during the
dance.
dance.
Before the dance, and then when the dance came, we had to,
You did awesome.
But it was a blur when we were out there.
But you really did awesome.
The lights, the people, but it was a lot of fun. So we were complete amateurs, of course.
No, but you were fantastic. If you go on either one of our Twitters, I think there's little clips. I may have been stalking Jason and his wife from the stage while they were dancing. There were probably so many pictures I sent you. Well, you might have been worried.
I appreciate that. No, you had a great vantage point because you were right there at the table. So.
Yeah.
And you guys did a great job. You and Tom hosted it, and it's going to be on TV. So if you didn't get a chance to go, it's going to be on our ABC channel.
Yeah,
it's at 7 o'clock Sunday, June 23rd. So
right.
we'll have kind of an edited version of the show.
And it was
fun.
It was fantastic. It was a good night. And best of all that money goes to Surgery on Sunday.
Yes, that's what it was all about.
And Rotary Club of Lexington. So a lot of people will be fixed and helped because of your moves.
It was a great, doing the money moves. So.
Expect to see more, especially if he's doing midway.
Yeah, I got to keep working on that, but anyway.
We're going to really get you in competitions. You're going to be the dancing weatherman, right? Everybody needs that little
there's a guy,
that little catch.
Fox Charlotte, he is so funny. He does some dancing and all that. I was like, I got to get up with him and do some dancing.
He does dance behind the scenes.
I got to do it on camera more, I guess.
Yep, just bring it on camera. All right, we are big fans of Keeneland here. I know you love Keeneland.
Yes. A lot of fun out there.
Do you go into the Keeneland shop while you're there? And
they do. They have a lot of great stuff that you can't find anywhere else.
Right, and they just redid it.
And it's a great place for buying gifts and just, wherever if you need to buy something.
Oh, yeah.
They've got some great stuff there as well.
Well, now you have another option because Keeneland has opened up a new place. It's called the Keeneland Mercantile. It's downtown in the city center. It's right in between Jeff Ruby's and Starbucks, so it's in a perfect location. I went out there last night. I missed the ribbon cutting, but they did the official ribbon cutting, and then they opened up the store and let everybody kind of check it out because it officially opens today. Now you can see the store is gorgeous, right? It's absolutely beautiful inside there.
So what are some of the things that they have in there? Is it
so it's different than what they have in Keeneland shop.
Okay.
That's what I expected to go in there, and I was like, oh, this is such a great idea. You can buy Keeneland souvenirs while you're downtown in case you don't make it out to the track.
Yeah.
No, it's all like Kentucky-based products.
Neat.
A lot of, it's all beautiful. It's gorgeous.
It's like a great place, if you need to buy a gift
yes.
something that especially from Kentucky to give someone.
Exactly.
Really
and
cool.
they were doing this, and they'll have this in the store all the time where you can personalize all the leather items there. So yeah, it's really cool. Check it out.
It's great to support local places too.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of their merchandise is all local Kentucky products. So they were very, very conscientious of bringing that to the...
Right. That is really neat. So you had like kind of a personal tour, or did they have just some folks out there?
It wasn't that special.
Okay.
I'm not that VIP. No, they opened it up to whoever wanted to go in and kind of check it out ahead of time. They do a great job. Keeneland staff are first class all the way.
They are great folks. Yeah, they really are.
All right, we're going to get to business now.
Oh, okay.
And Jason.
Exciting here.
In case you did not know, The Bachelor and the Bachelorette are on ABC.
Yes. Right.
The Bachelor and Bachelorette Expert is on ABC 36.
And that's not me.
No, that's most definitely you.
Well, we have Morgan Henry, who's not on air. She's behind the scenes, and she kind of is the one that gives me up to date on everything.
Info?
Yeah, she knows like all the websites, the story, plot lines.
I don't believe this.
I'll say what happens a lot of times is I just get bits and pieces of it because I'm working, hard at work in the evenings when the show's on.
The show is on in the background, by the way. I'll walk out here when I did Nightside.
We got they got to work on getting a monitor out here so I can see the show more often. I have to go to the break room to see it.
Oh, since the new set?
Yes, with the new set.
Oh, so he's a little behind the scenes.
I'm a little. I saw a little bit of it. I think the biggest thing was at the end when they picked Hannah, the new Bachelorette. It's they just I don't know. She was like 7th place or something. I don't think she would have been the pick for a lot of people.
See, this is the kind of commentary
that's the biggest
you can
controversy
get.
right there. So
How do you feel about
I don't even
this?
know how many people are really watching because it's like she's interesting, but I don't think the one that's deserving. And I don't know how that all works as far as how they pick the people. But it's crazy plot lines anyway. I mean, they do a good job of drama. Last year,
this makes me laugh. This is fantastic.
I'll tell you what
away.
I do know.
You just take
what
this
I do
away.
know is that last year it was crazy because on The Bachelor, it came down to like 3 people, and the 3rd place person was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to be on the show. And then he tells the last 2 people, okay, that's the one who I want to be with.
Right.
And so risk everything for her. But it was just, yeah. I guess they just have to up the bar or do something different every year.
Alyssa, did you know Jason was the Bachelor expert?
I'll tune in at the very end sometimes. So yeah,
he knows
Morgan
what he's talking about.
She gets me up to date really quick. What's funny is a lot of times it'll come down to like the finale, and I'll be like, I don't know what's going on.
He live.
Morgan,
You Facebook Live the finale.
We did that a couple
in
years
a
ago.
room.
That was fun.
I'm telling you, I don't know if I've ever been more entertained than when I would walk in this back screening room where it's like giant life-size The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And you're in there commentating, and Morgan
This show's crazy. It really is crazy.
He knows what he's talking about, in case you didn't just see that right here.
But who knows what's going to happen this year? I mean, I think the whole.
Any predictions?
There's. I think they have a wide range of guys on there. I didn't get to see them all, but they're always kind of corny at the beginning, and and then they kind of weed it down to just a couple guys. But I don't know. It's I don't know who's the favorite right now.
I think you know more than you're letting.
I'm gonna have to get.
Well,
Morgan's out of town. She's
in Italy.
Yeah, she's in Italy. Cool for her. And so I didn't have her to kind of get me up to speed on what's going on. So I'm sure.
But there you go. Yeah. That's the Bachelor expert. I know absolutely nothing about the Bachelor or the Bachelorette.
Not that I know anything. It's just fun to talk about.
No, but like I don't even know who Hannah is and all of that stuff. It turns out I'm not the only one because. Well, it started Monday, The Bachelorette premiered on Monday. Jason obviously tuned in, even though he's playing coy about it. I did not. We also know now that Kelly Ripa will not be watching any of this season. Because on Tuesday, after her co-host Ryan Seacrest revealed that the latest Bachelorette, Hannah, would be a guest later this week, Kelly called the series gross and that it disgusted her, adding about The Bachelor, quote, I couldn't stand the idea of 25 exceptional women fighting over one ordinary fella, in my opinion.
I think what's going to be interesting is that interview. If she's going to be a guest later that week with
Do you think
Hannah,
there'll be like a cat fight?
Well, I think she's just going to ask her some hard questions, And I'm sure she's going to be nice.
I think she should. So so we know the
I can understand where Kelly's coming from, too.
That's what I was about to ask.
Crazy thing. I mean, think about it. The person that you maybe want to be with for the rest of your life, and you're fighting with dozens of other people. And what's crazy is like this past Monday is the first show, and there's like people that are already like making out and stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's you don't even know them.
Well, they're doing it for TV, in my opinion. Maybe not. I'm not a reality TV.
They know how to make
person
it interesting
to begin with, and then these people become stars, and I'm not all for that either because they went out and made out with Bob, Joe, and
I think it should be called The Player.
Darren,
is what it is because it almost seems like you're just, and then they have the summer Bachelor in Paradise thing, and that should be called The Hookup. Because that's pretty much, it seems like all it is.
There you go. Would you let your daughter go on The Bachelor?
Yeah,
See, there you go. That's the answer I wanted. I think it's a little demeaning as well, that they're all fighting for this one person, and that there's tears, and I see where Kelly's coming from, 1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think
but that interview
I think most
will
of
be
us think that, but it's just, it's fun to watch.
So we had the analyst, but his daughter will not be on The Bachelor.
No, she's going to find a better guy than that.
Okay,
has to get
Kelly
through me
Ripa,
too, right?
Kelly Ripa. Well, that's true. Although I can see you with a rose ceremony.
Yeah, the right guy. Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. We know everything about the season's Bachelorette thus far. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned. Jason will have more.
Yeah.
All right, I may put you in a little bit of hot water right now.
Yes.
Jillian's parents. Do you get along with them?
I do. I've known them for a long time. Yes.
So is there any
This is being
times?
recorded, so they're awesome people.
I'll let you go. Get
No,
this point.
I think they're great, and I know some people, when you, of course, you marry somebody, you're also kind of marrying that family as well.
Which
so
you wouldn't know on The Bachelor or
Well,
Bachelorette.
you wouldn't. They do meet families toward the end of this show, I will say that. But yeah, you know, a man though, this was a story that was interesting this past week. So he claims that his mother-in-law will visit every day unannounced and play with her kids, which I think is not a bad thing.
Right.
That's nice, you know, play with the kids. So he knows she's arachnophobia, or she has that. So he bought a pet tarantula, and he placed it in an enclosure in the middle of their living room. For one thing, I mean, that's, yeah. Okay.
It's a good, nice centerpiece.
Yeah, but don't worry, he said he asked his wife if he could, so he didn't tell her his motivation behind the purchase, but it worked like a charm, and now his father-in-law keeps coming.
Yeah, so the mother-in-law doesn't come, the father-in-law does.
I think that's kind of crazy. I mean, I think, you know, you do have to think about that, though. I mean, you're kind of marrying into the family as well. So.
Well, and do you live close to?
We don't, so we're you know, couple states away, so
So
we
they
don't
can't
see
just
them all
pop
the
in
time.
unannounced.
So no.
Do you see where this woman or man may be getting a
I can see
little
that.
annoyed?
I think the biggest thing is just communication. You know, you just got to be able to say, you know, set some boundaries, and especially maybe you can't say it as well to your in-laws, but you know, your spouse and all that.
That's true. So
But,
put it on them.
yeah.
Don't buy a spider.
What's interesting is you do start to find that maybe if you see faults in your spouse, or if you have faults yourself, you're like, I can see that when I look at my parents now,
She got it
or
from her
my
mama?
in-laws, or whatever it is. I know.
Do you say that out loud?
No. But I mean, I know even for me and some of my weaknesses too. You know, you kind of see, okay, this is the environment that you grew up in.
Well, you
so-
have like your holiday dinner, and you're like, everything's going smooth, and then all of a sudden you're like, I know where she got this from.
Right.
That's you.
Exactly.
That's you. That's you. That would go
Right.
really well, right?
Right. Yeah, not too well.
But it's kind of funny, and they knew it was a joke. Like
Yeah.
he thought it was funny, and the wife thought it was funny as well.
I
It
know
wasn't this
our
big
morning
thing.
anchor Erica, she has a real fear of spiders as well. So, yeah, I mean, for me,
It's valuable
What
information.
would be your biggest fear? I'm not big on snakes, for one thing. I mean,
Like of
I'll see them
animals?
out on the woods and all that, but they just surprise me. It
So
seems
like if
where I live
somebody got
around
a
some
pet
woods,
snake,
but-
you wouldn't go over their house.
I mean, I've had them, I've handled them before, but they're just not.
We're gonna have you on
They're
when the
not my
snakes
favorites.
come. I
They're
don't
not my
know. I
favorite.
hate mayonnaise. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Foods,
I
yeah,
have no
that's-
idea.
that's the thing,
I
too.
don't know. I think I would rather be told that I'm not wanted there than to have some kind of prank like that.
Well, that's true.
Like I'm very blunt. Like just tell me, like, hey, don't come
Yeah.
over every day. We want our space.
Yeah, true.
So.
Yeah, or maybe she can take the kids and give you some downtime or something like that too. It could work well or in a positive way.
Always the negotiator.
Yeah, find a positive way to do it.
All right.